Hey you. Yes, you. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to learn as fast as you want? Or maybe you've crammed for a test, only to forget everything the next day? Ugh, I've been there too. It's frustrating, right? But what if I told you there's a way to learn faster and remember everything? Like, actually everything. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, stick with me, because today I'm sharing some game-changing tips that have completely transformed the way I learn. And trust me, if I can do it, so can you. Okay, let's get real for a second. Learning isn't just about memorizing facts or binge-watching tutorials. It's about understanding how your brain works and using that to your advantage. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you train it the right way, the stronger it gets. But here's the thing. Most of us are never taught how to learn. We're just thrown into school, told to study, and expected to figure out on our own. No wonder so many of us struggle. So let's break it down. The first thing you need to know is that learning isn't a one-size-fits-all process. What works for your best friend might not work for you, and that's okay. The key is to experiment and find what clicks for your brain. But don't worry, I've got some proven strategies to get you started. First up, active learning. This is a big one. Passive learning, like rereading notes or mindlessly highlighting textbooks, doesn't cut it. Your brain needs to engage with the material. So, instead of just reading, try explaining what you're learning to someone else. Even if it's just your dog or your reflection in a mirror. When you teach, you're forcing your brain to process the information deeply, and that's when the magic happens. Trust me, your dog might not understand quantum physics, but you will. And if you get stuck, that's a sign you need to go back and review. It's like a built-in progress check. Now, let's talk about something we all love to hate: focus. In a world full of distractions, Instagram and Netflix, staying focused can feel impossible. But here's the secret. Your brain isn't designed to multitask. Shocking, I know. So, when you're learning, give it your full attention. Set a timer for 25 minutes, put your phone on airplane mode, and just go all in. You'll be amazed at how much more you can get done when you're not constantly switching tasks. And yes, I'm totally guilty of scrolling through memes when I should be studying. But hey, progress, not perfection, right? Next up, spaced repetition. This is a fancy way of saying don't cram. Cramming might help you pass a test, but it won't help you remember anything long-term. Instead, space out your study sessions. Review the material today, then again in a few days, then a week later. This helps move the information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. It's like building a habit for your brain. Think of it like watering a plant. You can't just drown it once and expect it to thrive. You got to give it a little water regularly. Same with your brain. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but what about when I'm just not in the mood to learn? Girl, I feel you. Motivation is tricky. But here's the thing. You don't need to feel motivated to get started. You just need to start. Once you take that first step, the motivation will follow. It's like Newton's first law of motion. An object in motion stays in motion. So, even if it's just for 5 minutes, just start. All right, I've thrown a lot at you already, but we're just getting started. In the next part of this video, I'm going to dive into even more strategies like how to use visualization, why sleep is your secret weapon, and how to create a learning environment that actually works for you. Okay, let's talk about something that might sound a little out there: visualization. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this some kind of magic trick? Not exactly, but it's pretty close. Visualization is all about creating mental images to help you understand and remember information. For example, if you're trying to learn the parts of a cell, picture it like a tiny factory. The mitochondria? That's the power plant. The nucleus? That's the control center. By giving these abstract concepts a visual form, you're giving your brain something concrete to latch onto. Next up, let's talk about sleep. Yes, sleep. I know it sounds unrelated, but hear me out. Sleep is like your brain's reset button. When you're learning something new, your brain needs time to process and store that information. And guess when it does that? Yep, while you're snoozing. So, pulling an all-nighter might seem like a good idea, but it's actually counterproductive. You're basically robbing your brain of the chance to do its job. I used to be the queen of all-nighters, thinking I was getting so much done. But the next day, total brain fog. I'd forget half of what I learned and feel like a zombie. Now, I make sleep a priority, and it's made a world of difference. So, if you're serious about learning faster and remembering more, start treating sleep like the superpower it is. Your brain and your grades will thank you. Now, let's talk about your environment. This might not seem like a big deal, but trust me, it is. Your surroundings can either help or hurt your ability to focus and learn. Think about it. If you're trying to study in a noisy, cluttered room, your brain is going to be distracted. But if you create a space that's calm, organized, and free from distractions, you'll be amazed at how much more you can get done. For me, that means clearing off my desk, lighting a candle, because why not make it cozy, and maybe playing some instrumental music in the background. It's like setting the stage for my brain to perform. And if I'm feeling extra fancy, I'll even put my phone in another room. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Okay, full disclosure, I don't always do this. Sometimes the phone wins. But when I do, it's a game changer. All right, let's talk about something that's a little less tangible, but just as important. Mindset. How you think about learning can make a huge difference. If you go into it thinking, this is so hard, I'll never get it, guess what? It's going to feel hard, and you're going to struggle. But if you shift your mindset to, okay, this is challenging, but I can figure it out, suddenly it feels more doable. I used to be the queen of negative self-talk. I look at a math problem and immediately think, nope, not happening. But once I started reframing those thoughts, like, okay, this is tough, but I've tackled tough things before, it made all the difference. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Seriously, try it. Write yourself a little note like this and stick it where you'll see it. It sounds cheesy, but it works. Your brain believes what you tell it, so feed it positivity. All right, I know I've thrown a lot at you, but here's the thing. You don't have to do all of this at once. Start small. Pick one strategy, whether it's active learning, visualization, or just getting more sleep, and give it a try. See how it feels. Then, once you've got that down, add another one. Learning is a journey, not a race. And remember, I'm right here with you. In the next part of this video, we're going to dive into even more tips, like how to use technology to your advantage, why breaks are your best friend, and how to stay consistent even when life gets crazy. Let's talk about technology. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't tech just a distraction? And yeah, it can be. But when used wisely, it's also one of the most powerful tools for learning. Apps like Quizlet, Anki, or even YouTube can turn boring memorization into something interactive and engaging. For example, I used to hate learning vocabulary until I discovered flashcards with pictures and audio. Suddenly, it felt like a game, not a chore. So, don't be afraid to experiment with tech. There's literally an app for everything these days. Just make sure you're using it to enhance your learning, not distract from it. And hey, if you find yourself scrolling through memes instead of studying, no judgment. Just gently redirect yourself back to the task at hand. Now, let's talk about something we all love, breaks. Yes, breaks. I used to think that the longer I studied without stopping, the more I'd get done. But here's the truth. Your brain isn't a machine. It needs time to rest and recharge. That's where the Pomodoro technique comes in. Study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break. It's like giving your brain little power naps throughout the day. And during those breaks, do something that actually relaxes you. Stretch, grab a snack, or even dance to your favorite song. Just avoid scrolling through social media, because that's not really a break for your brain. Trust me, when you come back to your work after a proper break, you'll feel so much more focused and energized. Here's the thing. Learning is a skill, and like any skill, it gets easier the more you practice. You don't have to be a genius or have a perfect memory to learn faster and remember more. You just need the right tools, the right mindset, and a little bit of patience. And guess what? You've already taken the first step by watching this video. That's huge. So what's next? Start small. Pick one strategy from this video, whether it's using tech, taking breaks, or just committing to 15 minutes a day, and give it a try. See how it feels. And if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, come back to this video. I'm rooting for you, and I know you've got this. All right, that's it for today. But before you go, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you're going to try to learn faster and remember more? Drop in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'd love to cheer you on. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who could use some learning tips too. Because we're all in this together. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember, learning is a journey, and you're already on your way. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, go out there and crush it. Bye.